Everyone, in this video, we are going to create a Playwright framework using GitHub Copilot Agent, not the actual ask where you ask the query and the GitHub will respond, or you can also fix the code earlier. Now, using the agent, we are not going to use the terminal at all. We'll create the framework until it launches the browser and generates the report, video, screenshots, the complete end-to-end framework, and push the code to GitHub, all by asking the agent to do it for us. We're not going to touch the terminal. We're going to let the agent do everything. So if you're interested in building frameworks such as Playwright or any framework that can build microservices or whatever you wanted to do with the VS Code without you manually doing things using the agent, stick around. So this will help you to understand how to do that in like 10-15 minutes. So let's start with the prerequisites for this Playwright framework. So what are the things you need for building this Playwright framework? Because here our focus is Playwright. If yours is like microservices, so you may have different sets of prerequisites, but predominantly it's about the IDE setup and then the basically the Copilot setup. So that's also, I think it's common for almost all the framework that you wanted to create. So I don't think you would need to do anything addition to what I'm going to present here. So let's start with the first prerequisites, which is Visual Studio Insider. The reason I use Insider is it gets the day-to-day update. So such as that, the Copilot, for example, the recent agent mode. So it has the agent mode. So I use Visual Studio Code Insider. So I suggest you to do this as well. But by the time I record this, you might have already received an update for the Copilot. But if not, I suggest you to download this Code Insider, go to this website and download for the OS version that you use. And next one is create the folder. Create the folder for your project. You name it whatever the name that you want. In my case, I created a folder called Playwright BDD 1. So you can use the name that whichever you want. The next is the ChatGPT prompt. So I basically asked ChatGPT to generate me the prompt, which I can later ask the GitHub Copilot to create the framework. So the prompt that I used as the basic one, which is more than enough, which I feel like we're gonna ask the Copilot agent to generate BDD Playwright framework with page object model, and then the allo reports, then package.json. It's a basic one that it will generate. So just we are going to copy this and then paste it in the GitHub Copilot. So let's explore the IDE that which I was talking about. So the IDE, if I go to the IDE, if you have installed the Copilot previously, you would have three options: ask, edit, and agent. So we are going to use the agent mode here. Earlier, it used to be the ask, edit only, but now they have introduced the agent. And the model that I'm going to use is GPT 4.1 preview, but you can use Cloud 4.0 or you can add any more models as you have the option to add. But the one in this demo, I'm going to stick with 4.1. I suggest you to use this as well, but you can try the others. So the next step is, if you don't have this agent mode installed or the Copilot installed, I'll tell you how to enable them. And to enable this Copilot, you also need to have your profile activated. You have to go to the settings over there and see if your username, GitHub username, is there or not. If it is not there, then that means that you have not activated your GitHub. So basically, you need to log in to the GitHub to get this access. The one way to do that is you go to GitHub Copilot in VS Code, just search for it, and over there you will see get access to GitHub Copilot. You can see how to set it up for free. And if you go here, it's like pay monthly or pay yearly. But for this demo, basically you don't need to go for the paid one. You can be better off with the free version. So just follow this step. You can set it up, and you can also note that you will be signed up for the Copilot free plan. A free plan have some limitations. It may not work after some point, but I'll show you the usage in a minute, like how it looks for me. So they clearly mention that on the bottom left of your VS Code, you need to click on the profile, and you should see your username there. If you haven't signed in, you have to click that and sign into your GitHub as well as the GitHub Copilot. I'll show you my usage. The usage, you see, it's 25% the free plan that I used, and 1% code completion is done. It is more than enough. I played with a lot of back and forth chat, so it's more than enough. Now let's go back to Copilot, initiate in the agent mode, paste the prompt that I showed you in ChatGPT, hit the enter. Now you see the folder is pretty empty there on all the sides, and it creates the Playwright framework for me with just that prompt. All I have to use is it will ask me, shall I continue or not? So I just have to press continue. Now it did the npm init, and it also did some installations of Playwright libraries, Allure report, and Playwright install. So all those are done. Now what it does is it tries, so till now it created that and it tries to set it up, and it says that now I will create the folder structure. Fine. So till now there's no input needed from me. Basic, the input that I mean is just like this, press continue. It will ask me, do you want to continue? Do you want me to iterate? Do you want me to, this is what I'm going to do? Do you want me to do that? All I said was like, continue, just continue. Because if you know this framework well, you know what you need, you can interpret. But the whole idea of this video is just follow through, just give the instruction and let that Copilot do what we want. Now, if you see, it does the npm install, some setups on how to use the framework. It does few things. It did actually set up the folder structure like feature, node modules, pages, step definitions, etc. Now, if I go to package.json, I can see it has added some BDD related, and it is asking me if I want to keep it or if I want to undo them. So I just wanted to keep it, so I went with the keep it, and yeah, all looks fine. Now I'm going to run. Okay, it gives me no test found, so it says no tests found. So what I'll do now is go to the feature file. The feature file is not something that makes it. So what I'm going to do is make the feature file to open the google.com and read the title, because this feature file is so empty. I don't know what it does. I did not actually specify any particular test scenarios. So now I made it clear that I want to open the Google. Okay, now it's still no test found. I'm going to instead ask the agent to run the test. Click continue rather than me running. So the difference is when I was trying to run, it is basically asking, showing me the error. But now when I ask the agent to run, it figures out the error. All I ask is like, all it asks me is to whether continue or stop there. I just pressed continue and I asked the Copilot to continue with that. Now, what it says is it's still undefined. Would you like me to set it up? Okay, I'll just continue. Right. Let's wait to see what it does. Okay, I've added a Cucumber World implementation that launches the Playwright browser and provides the page objects to your step. That's good. Okay, now let's continue again. Let's run the test. All right, there are a few more errors. Let's see if it's able to figure that out. If you see, I'm not typing anything. I'm just reading and clicking continue. So let's press continue again and let it run the framework for us. And what it says is vol.ts. It just fixes something on vol.js file. The idea for me is simple. Open the google.com, verify the title. Yeah. Until then, I'm going to click continue and let it process and fixes the error on its own. Let it fix the error on its own. That's world.ts file, and you see it does the process. I'd say continue to iterate and now try running the script. Finally we got the test passed. So you can see it ran the test successfully. That is really good. Within like few minutes, we made this framework run the Playwright scenarios. So that's really good. So what I'm going to try is making the headless as false, and then try so that I can see visually the window of the test cases being executed there. Fine. Okay. I don't see any window so far. That's fine. Okay. Let me ask the video recording. So enable video recording and screenshots, because I don't see the test results, and we'll come back to the headless mode. So yeah, video recording screenshots are now enabled for all tests. That's what it says. Playwright will capture the video and take screenshots for every test run. Let's run and see if it really captures the screenshots. The test ran successfully, but I don't see the video recording anywhere or the screenshots. The videos and screenshots are not there still. Let's see if we can ask further queries. I also see there is some error, playwright .config.ts. Let me add the editor mode. Let me ask the Copilot to fix this error. This is not the agent. This is Ask Copilot. You see, I'm trying the Ask Copilot. If it failed to load, click and let's fix using Copilot. So that's like asking the Copilot to fix it. We are not using the agent here. Okay. It did use 4.1. I'm just checking that. Fine. Sometimes these errors may resolve when we restart the framework, but as long as it doesn't impact my Playwright execution, I'm fine. So let's see about it. What I'm going to do, maybe instead of asking the Copilot, let me ask the agent itself, fix it. So whenever I select the file, you can see the file is selected at the agent as well, at the agent level. And I can just type fix it, and it's going to understand the error and it's going to fix it for me. I'm going to the helper.ts, and maybe there are a couple of errors there as well. I'll ask the agent to fix it. Cancel that. I'm just checking if the previous history is there. Yes, it's there. Okay, I'll just ask this to fix it. Fix the error for helpers.ts. Yeah, I did fix the error. You see how fast it is. So it it just prompts like, I see the red line and I know it's an error, and I'm going to ask the agent to see what it is and fix it. Now I'm doing the same for playwright.config.ts as well. I think this particular error will move on. I think it's something to do with restarting the VS Code. Maybe it's not synced up properly. I think it will be resolved when it's resolved. So I'm going to run the test again in the headless, sorry, without the headless mode on. Less mode. Now continue. Yeah, it did pass the test case, but it not generate me the video nor the screenshot or the headless as well. That's the cucumber report.html. Let's see. Let's run the agent again. Let's ask the agent to fix it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the screenshots are not there. We're going to ask the agent again to fix it. Let's ask test results are not having screenshots and video. It understands my concern and it's asking if I have to do, if it has to do the thing. I just said yes. Now it updates the file with the code that is necessary to capture the videos and a screenshot. I guess so, but we are going to try running the script again and see if it really generates the videos and screenshots. Let's see. Okay, screenshots will now be saved. Now let's I just said yes to that one as well. Okay, now after each scenario, both screenshots and videos will be saved. That's really good. Now, can you run the test again for me? Run the test. Yeah, continue. Hmm. This time it also fixed my headless. I can now see the screen. I don't know how, but it did fix it. This is what I want. And I can see the screenshot, which is good, and the video as well. Let me open it in the browser. You have to open this in the browser. Let me open it, Chrome, Google Chrome. Yeah, I can see the video as well. These two are what I wanted. And in terms of the report, uh, I think it has the HTML report, report.html. Yep. So that's the report that we wanted. Let me expand and see what are the things that this has. That's perfect. So we have the steps. Now, what I'm going to do now is that's the framework. We build the complete framework. And now what I want is to push the code using the agent. So like you can see like within 15 minutes, we build this with the prompting. That's really great. I don't have to manually set the framework now. Now I have the end-to-end framework. I want to push it to my Git repository, but I don't want to do it on my own. I just want to ask the agent to do the same. What I'll do, I'll go to the GitHub and create the framework. Create the repo. So let me go to GitHub, create the repository, and we'll ask the agent to push it. I think I don't even have to create the repo, but yeah, I'm going to try creating the repo on my own. Let's try creating Playwright BDD. Yeah, let's keep that name. And right, is there anything else? I'll keep it as public, and I don't think I need anything else. Yeah, let's create. Let's click on create, push the code. But before that, I will ask the agent to add a git readme and gitignore before I create a repository. I just wanted to add these two files. So add a git readme and gitignore. It's working on it. So it's going to add the git readme and gitignore. Now, if I can go to git readme, let's see what it has created. That's beautiful. It created everything that is necessary to run this framework, and anything that anyone needs to know about this framework, it's already there. Imagine if I have to write everything from the first, it's going to take you hours to write that. Now I got that, and gitignore is also added. So I've created the repository. I'm going to, instead of following the steps that is recommended here to push the code to the Git repo, I'm going to copy the repo link and ask the agent to push it to my repo. I give my repo link, hit enter. Yes, continue. It's going to do everything. You see git init, git remote, add origin, all the commands. It's going to perform everything. I don't have to do one by one. It's a lot of time saving here. If you have to think about it, it's a lot of time save. It's definitely a lot of time save, and we don't have to worry about pushing the files. It's running and it's creating, and it did the commit. It did add the files, and it did the commit, and then it did push all the files, necessary files, except the ones in the gitignore, to my remote repository, all by itself without me involving and doing all the steps that you see on the screen here. That is really amazing. Now if I refresh, I got all my files over here. But if you see, the README is not here, and so the gitignore as well. So what's wrong with the README? Let's understand. Let me check other files if we have the file uploader or if it's all empty. Let me go to pages, home page. Yeah, I can see the files there, but it's just the README and ignore which are missing. So it's empty here. Let's go back to VS Code and see what's going on. You see, it has some message that says that awaiting for the confirmation. So since it's added, it was asking me whether should I keep it or undo it. Since I didn't respond back, it did not update the README or ignore file. So I'm going to say keep it. You can see the warning symbol or whatever over there is just on the ignore and the README. So I'm going to do keep it. So now it's modified. Now I will ask the agent to push .gitignore and README alone this time. Push .gitignore and the README file. Continue. Okay, that's pushed successfully. Now let me go back and see whether, yeah, we got the README and the gitignore as well. So that's the end to end within like 15 minutes. And you got the framework ready, and then you push the code to the Playwright. I feel personally it is really helpful. It will save your time. But at the same time, if you don't know the fundamentals of those frameworks, like the skeletons, in my case, if you notice, I asked for video and screenshots because I know this framework has that. And I know about the headless. I know the whole skeleton of this framework. So I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm asking. But if you don't know any of that and you're blindly going after creating a framework, it will still work for you, but it's better to review once the framework is created to see if everything is right. Okay. But otherwise, overall, it's a great improvement to what we used in the Ask Copilot Ask and Edit, where it fixes the code. Agent is actually way better in terms of setting up everything, in terms of writing the code and then building the framework up until pushing the code to the Git repo. So hope you have learned this. Hope you have tried from your end as well, and hope it saves your time and improves your productivity. Yeah, thanks for watching until here.